Hello, YouTube modeling community. This is Rusty Roeder. This will be just a quick update on Cecilia the Villain, the diorama part, and Father's Day weekend haul. I hope everybody had a great Father's Day. Got to spend time with your family. Maybe got some modeling in. Here lately, I've not had a lot of time for modeling. Just such is life. I think I've said it before, we just purchased a brand new camper. I think it's the third one we've owned. We've always done tent camping in between having campers, but this is the big one, the Holy Grail for us anyways. It'll be the last one that we ever purchase, and it's we're really looking forward to it. It was a 30-foot travel trailer is what we went with, and I think it sleeps 8. So not that we'll have all that. It's mainly kind of like a couples camper, as they call it. It's just the couch and the dinette, of course, break down into a bed. So if you had guests, they'd have a place to sleep too. More importantly, most of them will have to sleep in tents. But it's really nice. It's one of those things, you don't need it, you just want to have it. But, we're always looking for the balling on the budget, even in life. Big vacations cost big money. Realistically, if we were to take one big vacation, let's say for a week and a half, 2 weeks, abroad, like in Italy or, Ireland, any of those big vacations, by the time it's said and done, your food, all the travel expenses, while you're there and to and from, things that you get for the vacation, all that would almost equal up to what we spent on this camper. And we can use this over and over and over again. And for many, many years to come. And we've taken the necessary steps to make, ensure the, what would you call it, the longevity of the camper, with like warranties and extended coverages and, all that kind of stuff. So, it's protected, we're protected, and, we've always, through our life, have had more fun, being outdoors, camping, all the stories. When the kids were real little, hell, when my daughter was 3 weeks old, we went camping, and it was like 100 degrees. We were in a pop-up camper with no AC. We just had fans running, and it's one of the best memories we have. That's just all part of it. When you're out there, you're kind of miserable, sweating, but yet it's kind of fun because you're outside. You're running around, playing games with the kids, sitting by the fire, all those things, going down to the lake and going fishing, swimming, just cool off for the day. Then you come home and in the evening night, you're sitting around the fire and everybody's having snacks and drinks and, talking and spending time together. And that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, it's spending quality time. And yeah, we could spend quality time going on a $40,000 European vacation. So we chose to put some of that stuff off till later, and meanwhile enjoy the camper. A lot of people don't know it, but I am an RV certified technician through Jayco, Winnebago. What's some of the other ones? Forest River, and there's a couple others. And I did that for 3 years professionally, and then I've done it on and off throughout my life, just for friends and family and everybody else that had, RVs. I'm not a master tech or anything like that. I still learn daily about those things, but it's just part of my life that I really enjoyed because I really enjoyed camping. And working on campers was kind of rewarding in that way. So now, everything's kind of completed the circle, and now we've bought probably our last camper we'll ever buy. I figure by the time, we've got the use out of this thing and everything else, it's going to be time to look for like the bigger vacations where we hop on a plane and we just go and enjoy ourselves, without all the physicality of, pulling a camper, setting the camper up, unpacking it, packing it back up, and all that. A lot of people don't like that. It's a lot of hassle, but trust me, when you tent camp, there's nothing worse than tent camping when you go camping like from a Friday evening and then you pack it all back up Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning. That's a lot of work for, a day and a half's worth of fun. Still in the long run, worth it. But camper makes it easier. You back it in, level it, open it up, set up whatever you're going to set up, and then just enjoy. And it's kind of fitting this year. Marks our 30th anniversary with me and my wife. Our honeymoon, we went camping. It was, I already had 2 children. She's new to the whole ball game, so we didn't have a lot of money. A family member let us borrow their RV, and we went camping for our honeymoon, and we had an absolute blast. So to pay homage to that, we're going back to the exact same campground, the exact same camping spot, 30 years later. So it's gonna be a nice anniversary for me and my wife. Some alone time, sit around, relax, do what we want when we want, and all that. So, it kind of has special meaning. But if you've never been camping, man, get on Amazon or whatever and buy yourself a little tent, some sleeping bags, a fan for, the summer heat, and just go camping for a weekend. Take the kiddos, it's fun to sit back and just let them run around, be kids, get dirty, get in the woods, explore, tell stories, play games. Even a rainy day, a lot of people say, "Oh, it's ruined. It rained all week." It's still you're together. That's the whole idea. You're spending time with family, even if it's in a tent and you're cramped in that tent for a weekend because it's raining. There's things you can do, and it's just the quality time. It's time that they're going to remember, and you're going to remember, and cherish it forever. So it's the same way, kind of with modeling. We always encourage other, new people that's never built a model to get involved and try it. If you are a modeler, get a family member involved. This way you can spend time with your family member, whether it's your kids, a nephew, niece, a cousin, whatever it may be. That's quality time you can spend doing something that in the grand scheme of things is not super expensive, even though it's still costly. Tent camping is a very cheap way of taking a small vacation. There's, you can buy a bigger tent. There's glamping. There's all different forms. Same way with models. There's so many different ways of modeling that there's a category and price tag that fits just about everybody's budget. So I encourage anybody that's never been camping, go camping. Never built a model, build a model. They're both relaxing, both stressful in their own right. But it's what it's about. It's spending the time with the family. So enough about that. We'll take a look at these 2 things first. Get it here. This company, I've purchased from them before in the past. They're like a subsidiary. They sell on Amazon. AZ Toy Hobby. There's their info, guys. Screenshot that or scan it right now. They've got great products, and even though through Amazon, even if you weren't an Amazon Prime member, they've got fast shipping. I've ordered from them just straight off their website, and I've got it in just a few days. But they got decent pricing, pretty much average like everybody else. Some things are cheaper, some things are a little bit more. Just depends on what you're looking for. But good company, and I'll be dealing with them even more in the future. So I ordered the Streaking Grime from AK to go with my arsenal of other AK products. and rust deposits. Now this stuff, the more you put it on, the more it layers and gets like the crusty rust. So it's great whether you're doing dioramas, cars, military, whatever it may be. These are perfect little tools to have in your arsenal to really give that weathering effect that you're looking for. That rust set I have is, I think it's Vallejo Air. It's got like all the shades of rust. This is just like putting icing on the cake. This just enhances all that. And we've got some spots to add that to, and I've already gone through and done the streaking grime. So the red building primarily, other than wires going down into the service pole for the meter base, and reattaching this. This is the barrel. You can see it's got the fake water in it. I mean, it looks like real water. You know, you can kind of look around the bottom of the barrel and you can see that streaking grime. You know, from the ground, it splashes up and builds up and builds up. You know, nobody's out there scrubbing barrels and keeping them nice and spotless clean. So it gives that nice effect. This stuff too, like I say, it's very low odor. Same way with the rust. Pretty much all AK products, I've never noticed a real strong odor in their paints or weathering products. You can let me know if you think otherwise. I mean, because everybody's sense of smell is a little different. But I have noticed, like in different acrylic paints, there's different odors to them. Some are stronger than others, so on and so forth. I think, really, in the grand scheme of safety, you're better off wearing a mask anytime you're using any kind of paints, whether it's leaving it open, you know, brushing or airbrushing. You're just protecting your body even more. I don't necessarily observe all those guidelines, but you know, that's me. It's up to you. You should. I'm not saying you shouldn't. It's just, you know, I'm just one of those guys. I'm not going to throw a mask on my face every single time I crack a different jar of paint when I'm sitting here cracking 20 or 30 different jars of paint to do what I'm working on. And I have enough problem breathing without putting a mask on and making it even harder. So, but yeah, definitely check them out. Hope you had it. If not, rewind the video and pause it and then scan that. Check out all their products. I mean, every online store, every hobby store, they all carry something that another one doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So you may find something with A to Z Hobby that, like Hobby Nut Models, or, you know, what's the other one? You never remember their name. Model Roundup. You know, all these places that carry models, tools, supplies. Some don't carry everything. But yeah, I really like their service. So if you're in need of something, check them out. They're not sponsoring me in any way. It's just I know from previous experiences when I've gotten stuff from this company that it's always been quality as far as customer care, shipment, how the package is packaged, and how I receive it. Even though Amazon is the the shipper of it, they're just a way of selling their products online. It's through Amazon. But they have their own website, so definitely give them a check out. It's always good to have options in our hobby to save a buck or two, or get something we couldn't find somewhere else, and that's what we've been looking for. It's a great way to do it. I didn't focus on a lot of models over Father's Day because, I mean, I got a ton. There is a lot of new stuff coming out that I'm highly interested in, especially the Mobius tow truck, the new line of Chevy trucks that Mobius is coming out with. There's a few Mobius car kits that I'm thinking about, and there's quite a bit of other ones, like the newer Nova that just came out by AMT. I'd love to have that. I think it's the 77, if I'm not mistaken, 76 or 77. There's the new 66 Buick Riviera. I don't have a Riviera in my stash. So I always like to have at least one of something, you know. I'm not one of these guys that have to have 3 and 4 kits of every model. some things I have multiples of because it's like in my top 10 favorite cars, and I would build them in, you know, different variations of what they are. But I've been looking to get a helicopter for the past few months. And, you know, it just keeps dwelling on me. Like, you know, when I was a kid, I remember building them, and I had a lot of fun building helicopters. And I had all kinds of different ones. So this was at an antique store, and I looked at it, and I walked away, and I came back and looked at it again, and I was like, you know what? Because a lot of people don't know, you know, when I was in the military, this is what I went in the military for, was helicopter repair. Well, back then, which would have been very early 80s, you had to pass a special test in order to get it, because they only accepted 10 candidates, I think every 6 months or once a year, one of those two. It's been so long ago, I can't remember. But I passed the test, enlisted, did all the things I was supposed to do, and I went through basics. I was stationed out at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and you know, then it came time to go do what we actually enlisted for, and found out that my recruiter kind of screwed me over. Well, what my recruiter didn't realize is that my father was still in the military as a recruiter. He was doing that part-time while finishing up college to be a doctor. My dad had pull, and it basically came down to giving me two choices. I could stay where I was at and be field infantry, which was no, or I could transfer to a different base and do something else. And that's what I did. I went through jump school. I was an airborne ranger. I served for 3 years, not a day more. It was a good thing that I did and a bad thing that I did. So if that makes any sense, I'm sure a lot of people could understand that. But this was going to be my dream job. I wanted to work on these helicopters, the Blackhawks. Now, I jumped out of several of these, and, you know, of course, aircraft. But I never had one of these in my collection of any kind. So I started thinking about it, and I was like, just go back and get it. You know, you've talked about for the past months getting a helicopter and building it. So this is what I went with. It's not a real big scale. It's 1/48 scale. It's been opened, but it's all sealed and complete inside. And being Father's Day, they had 30% off. So it was $22 and 30 or 35% off of that. So it's a good deal. I think it was like $17, $18. I don't know what it came out to, but it was well worth it. So yeah, we'll get this built up. I don't know what version I'll build. You know, they only show one way on the box, and it looks like they didn't even paint it. It looks just like the color of the plastic, but I can see some highlighting here and there. So I'm not for sure how we'll go about building this, but overall, still a cool kit. And we'll hang it from the ceiling, or we'll put it up on the shelf or something, you know. But that's one for the arsenal. Many of y'all know this kit. This is one of the, I'd say out of the first 20 kits I ever built in my life, this would have been one of them. This kit was a blast to build when I was a kid. It went together easy. I think I built it just like the box art. I didn't even paint it. I mean, it was, you know, molded in color, so, you know, everything else I painted, but the body was already the color. And I'm really thinking about doing that again, only this time I'll sand and wet sand the body down, get it nice and smooth, and then hit it with clear, just because the color of the body. But the box art just sings. Now, we may, you know how I am, switch out tires and wheels. Don't know yet. Last time I built it with the tires and wheels, and it was a great looking kit. And it goes in the collection because I don't have a 70. I have everything else. 68, 69, 73, 71, 77, and a few newer ones. So, definitely looking forward to rebuilding this. It was 35% also off of $29. It's been opened, of course. This is back before they cellophane wrapped everything, but I got to talk to the gentleman that owned the booth, and he assured me that he takes category of every model that he gets that's already opened and inventories it according to the instructions to make sure all the parts are there. And this one did have a sticker on it that said complete, no parts missing. And like I said, I did get to talk to him, and he reassured me that that was correct. And I have gone through it to verify that, and he was. And then we got, a lot of you guys have seen, if you're on Instagram, Facebook, MGSF has released, pictures of what the big surprise is, and that's the wide body kit for the Mustang. It's a 66 Mustang. We're going to be using, I believe this is a 65. Yes, 65. Can't see. Let me get some spectacles on and we'll verify that here real quick. I'm sure this is a 65. It's either 65 or 66, but it doesn't really matter. It matters that the type of kit, even though MGSF specifies a kit number, that doesn't matter. The scale matters, and that you're within the same year or two proximity of the body style. The main thing is it's 1/24 scale. All of his stuff he releases is in 1/24 scale, not 1/25. So we got this. Like I said, we already have this kit. This one's sealed. The other one is not sealed, but that one will be built just like the box art. And this one's going to be built with the wide body kit. It's going to be one of my builds for Acme, considering this year theme is trucks and Mustangs. And I've been looking forward to this since last Acme. That's when he first notified me about it, and got some of my input on it. Like I said before, I will be the first one in the U.S. to receive it, so that's even kind of a bonus. I don't have to compete with, unless people have ordered it abroad and build it and take it to Acme. That's one thing. But as far as I know, I'll be the only one here in the United States building it first. It doesn't mean that others won't, and I'm hoping a lot of people do, because it's a really cool car in today's modern age. Of pro touring and resto mods and all that other stuff. Wide body kits. Putting a little Japanese flair into American muscle, or any kind of American car for that matter. So I'm really looking forward to that. So you guys got to really be following along. You'll get to see the build. We'll do an open box review of the kit and the trans kit. What I'll be using above and beyond that is there'll be quite a few things. I'm going to throw everything pretty much at it other than the kitchen sink, and it's on its way, so it'll take a week or two for it to get to me. And I'm averaging or figuring about 3 months to build it. Now we got a lot on our plate, of course. The diorama, Shorty. I want to get Shorty done to take to Acme also, which that is a very feasible thing to do. The diorama should be. I'm not foreseeing anything right now, other than time getting down here to get it done. When we take a look at it here in a second, you'll see the red building is done, other than adding the wires for the service meter base and all that. And I may add a little bit more ivy up on the rooftop access building, on the roof of that. I'm not sure. I kind of like it the way it is. And then we got, like I said, we got to reattach the barrel. That just, I forgot about it, and I was fiddling with the building and snapped it off, but it's no big deal. And you can kind of see on this one, you look close, you can see the oxided, I can't say the word, how copper, weathers that greenish blue tint. I got another thing coming that adds the white to it also, the chalkiness, I guess. So we'll be adding that to that when that comes in. So really, if I don't add any ivy, the only thing I have left is to add the wires and the white chalkiness to the copper. And that's really it on the red building. Just double checking here. I got a couple other little plants to set in place, but that won't be done until it gets put down on the base. But so for right now, I can really just take the red building and set it to the side. That is all done. Till we get to the electrical part, then I got to run some lighting for the backdrop lighting, and then make the connections from this building to the other building where the let's just say the control panel will be at, to tie it all in, to power it up and make it all functional. But yeah, guys, as soon as that kit comes in, I'll get some of the stuff that I want to use down, and we'll kind of go everything in entirety, and then I'll be getting started on it. How much time I'll be applying to it will be small at first, and then we'll, as we gradually get stuff done, more time will go into this, more time will go into Shorty, and that we'll just see how it goes. Now, this one was, price tag's gone off this one, but I think this one was like $20, and the same way, 35% off. So really good deal on this one too, and it's factory sealed, so I don't have to worry about nothing missing. If it is, I'll contact Revell, and they can ship me out the parts. And then you've heard me talk right now is, it couldn't have happened at a worse time when it comes to modeling. I have a family member that's very ill, struggling hard, and is required a lot of my time, some other people's time, and it's hampering a lot. I'm hoping, because he has shown some signs of improvement. He'll never be the same, don't get me wrong, but improvement of where maybe we can at least get him home, and then he can be comfortable and maybe get back to some similarity of normalcy. Never 100%, never be able to just jump up and go do what he wants when he wants, anything like that, but at least he can kind of regroup and figure out what he's going to do the rest of his life, and with what time he has left. And that's all to be determined. But after talking to his, my aunt, she's from Mexico City, and she was asking me, because she knows that I do modeling, if I had a 65 Impala, and she told me about the story. When they were little kids, their dad had one and used to take them on vacations in it, drive, special days, they go out and get ice cream or go out and get a meal. They all piled up in this 65 Impala, and they went for a drive on Sundays, and the car's just special to her. I do have one, but as you guys remember, I've already started building that one and painting that one, so it's kind of mute, doesn't matter. So we ordered a new one. This is a great kit. This also enables me to get the missing decals that I need to, when I repaint the other one, to be able to put them back on there, because they give you plenty. Her dad's, I should say, was white, red interior, just had hubcaps. It wasn't SS Impala, so it's going to be a real basic build. The only thing I'll probably do to it above and beyond is plug wires. It wasn't a hot rod. It wasn't nothing. It was just a normal car. And it wasn't their daily driver. It was just what he drove on the weekends. And I think he may have drove it to work, but he lived very close to work. So it was probably a daily driver for him, but it was a special car for the kids. And so I'm honored to build this for her. And they are going to take it back to Mexico City. Her father has passed away here within this past year, or it might have been 2 years. I can't remember. It's been real recent. But her mother's still alive, and they're going to take this back and put it in her parents' home on display for all the siblings to see and grandkids to see and all that as a little piece of their grandfather and father. So I'm honored to do that. So we got that, and that was really it. Other than having a great day with my wife, went to my brother's house on Saturday. We were shooting guns. We had a cookout. We went out on the boat all day, did a little fishing, had a great time. So that's pretty much catches you up to speed. Nothing extravagant, but I'm going to get off here so I can get some stuff done. And again, I hope you guys had a great Father's Day. To keep up with the diorama, the Mustang build is coming up, shorty. You guys got to just hit that little bell notification. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Go back and watch some of my older videos. You'll kind of see how I go about doing things, where I'm at on things, especially if you're new and you like what you see. Go back and check out some of the other videos. And till the next one, guys. Thank you to all my past, present, future subscribers. Flood the comments, guys. Let me know what you think about all this stuff coming up. And, without further ado, let's turn this around. And, well, I guess we'll do this first. Here's the door, the black door. We got our stained glass. It's nothing special, just some splashes of color. Just represent a little stained glass. We got our other windows in. We've got our doorknob on. The door is now ready to go in. We just got to put our curtain down behind here, and I'll get that fabric cut and put on, and then we can get the door installed and touch up around the door and have one more thing done. But turn you around here, the red building. We got all the ivy done. Now it's kind of three-dimensional. It's hanging out and sticking out here and there, and it's bulkier now. Instead of just being one layer, it's multiple layers, different shades of color on it. According, the light's brighter up here, so it's lighter areas are up here, darker areas are down here. It all ties in down to the planter box. It's covering up, going over and under and in between things, so you can still see, the detail that's there. And guys, trust me, there is a crap ton of detail. You really just got to keep looking at it and see all the detail. You can even see the little blue lock on the power box here, which all that is just a big junction box. We got our pipes, all our conduit running out of it, going into the buildings to feed power to them, so on and so forth. And they all split the electric bill, I guess, because there's only 1 meter base. But we got all of our plants in. We touched up our shutters. Like I said, we did use the streaking grime. Just to add grime. It's hard to see on camera, but you can kind of see right there. Streaking grime running down. Running down. Rust streaks coming down. Mailbox rusting. So that stuff works very well. And on the concrete, weathering it. When it rains, everything bounces back upwards. So, I got some grime on the bottom of the flower pots. These are all glued in place. We got Mrs. Corleone on the porch now. We just got to add the leash to her dog. Got our mailboxes in place. Our gutters are all on. Lights are all on. Our ivy's growing everywhere. We got Don Corleone. He's installed up on the roof. You can see the pigeon feed in his hands, and there's a bunch all over the ground there. He's even got a little bluebird of some sorts that stopped by to say hi, maybe get a little meal. So he's enjoying that. She's getting ready to take the dog on the walk. Maybe go make some purchases down at the festival that's going on. And we just got a couple little plants to add here. And like I said, the wires to go down into the power. And then the little leash here. So those are minute, but that'll take me about 15-20 minutes to do all that. And then we can set the red building out of the way, because we know we got it done and ready to be installed on the base. Now we're going to move on to the black, the green, the white, and the blue buildings, and we'll get that all tied in. But, you know, you can get close up on the gutter. You can see the weathering on the gutter. You know, there's weathering on the roof using streaking grime. We will add a little moss in between the branches of the ivy here just to represent, you know, the way it grows. But other than that, I mean, it's really there. And there's just in this is a crap ton of detail. So like if you look down in there, you can see there's a little cat taking a nap down there on the patio or on the porch, balcony. I get it to focus. There we go. So, you know, if you all get a chance and you come to Acme and any other show that I'll be at with this, please take the time. Good 15-20 minutes, and you're still going to miss something, to look it over. I'm packing tons of detail wherever I can. Just kind of like you would see if you walked into a real neighborhood of this caliber, and all the details that would be there, whether it's architectural, you know, what they've added to as far as flowers and trees and shrubs and stuff like that, the people, the doors and windows and the window treatments and all that kind of detail, you know, can make you just stand there like it's a piece of art, and you're just in a gallery, you're looking at it, and you're constantly finding something new. It's kind of what I'm trying to achieve here. So that's basically it, guys. And like I said, bell notification will bring you along for the journey. Subscribe and leave the comments down below what you think about the diorama, the Mustang build that's coming up. If you guys have not seen the new wide body kit from MGSF, hit his website up. The links are always down below. You'll be able to see it. You'll get an idea of the cost. US will be a little cheaper once they make it to upscale hobbies, and you know, and everything else he has available. Ryan Jones has been just super busy. He's been trying to catch up on some custom orders, and then, you know, we should start seeing some stuff from him. I have been in contact with him, so it's not that he's just, you know, disappeared. He's just super busy, as we all are. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you had a great Father's Day, and until the next video, guys, this is Rusty Rotor. I'm out.